Okay, so the first thing you want to do is sign into coxautodev.service-now.com. Once you sign in there, you're going to want to switch to authenticating the person that you'll enter time for. So we're going to select Brian Kerwin. So you'll have to type that in the search for user bar up here. So Brian Kerwin. And then once you're in as Brian, remove everything after the backslash and type in ESS and hit enter. This is going to take you to the main service station portal. This is where everybody lands when you first sign in production. So I'm Brian. I need to enter my time. I'm going to click on portals and I'm going to click on project time portal. And this is the new improved portal. So a couple things to show you. It's called project time portal. You'll see on the top left here the current week. I can click on this arrow to go in advance. I can click on this back arrow to go to previously submitted timesheets. You'll see columns here, project and non-project. Project will show you all of the projects that you are currently assigned to or that you can book time to. So I can see here my project name is Tesla project. Here's the project number and other details associated with that project. Non-project time is stuff that PTO, holiday, etc., where you can add those line details. Okay. You'll see the running list of hours that you booked here, and this will update as you make your time changes. You also see the time breakdown to where if you put time to projects versus different types of non-project time. All right, so you'll see that this timesheet has been submitted. So I'm going to go to the next timesheet for next week, and you'll notice here it's completely empty, but it shows you that one project that I'm assigned to. So here you have a button called Copy from Previous Timesheet. I'll click this button and it's going to default to the previous timesheet from last week, previously submitted timesheet. I'll click OK, and it's going to automatically put in those two entries that I had for timesheet additions. But you'll notice it did not copy the time over. And the reason for that is we want people to be diligent in the hours that they put each week and not just copy time over to be the same week to week. So in this case, in order to start editing my time, I can double click on the row and you'll see it highlights all the rows, and I can just come through and I can say Friday, I have 8 hours of holiday time. So it'll enter that 8 hours and this updates automatically. And for the Tesla project for development, I put in some hours on Monday and Tuesday. So I'll put 8 and 8 and I'll hit enter. Okay, so now I have a running total of 24 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this Add Line Item button. So every project will have this. So when I click on this, now you will see the Select Time category. So for each project, you will have category options to select from for your project time. So in this case, let's say I want to put some hours to maintenance and support. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just click Add Time, and it's going to add another line entry. And I can come here to Wednesday, and I can say I want to add my 8 hours. Okay. What I could also do is I could come to Add Line Item, and I can do something that's really fast and effective. Let's say I'm a developer, and I only do development. I can select my time category to be development, and Monday through Friday, I know I'm just putting my 40 hours. So I can say I have 8 hours Monday through Friday, and I can click Add Time. And you'll see it updated my current hours that I had listed under development. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this line. And now let's say I want to come back in and I want to say for development, I only worked on Monday for 8 hours. And I'll put 8, and I can leave a note very specific to just this one line entry. Filled in for Jim, and I'll add time for that. So now I have back to 24 hours. Okay. So Tuesday and Thursday, I have not put any hours. I'm going to go ahead and put some PTO time in for those. So I'm going to select PTO, and I'm just going to add time. And now I have an empty line here that I can use. I'm going to double click here, say 8 hours Tuesday, tab over, 8 hours Thursday, and hit enter. Now I have my 40 hours for the week. So I'm going to go ahead and submit. And you'll see this is now changed to a submitted status. Okay, so now we're going to have to get in as Brian's approver. So everything after the .com, remove. And what we'll do is you'll change your impersonate user to be JD Jackson, who is his manager. And we'll go into timesheets, and then there'll be a pending approval module. If someone receives a notification to approve, that link is going to send them directly where this pending approval sends you, which is right here. So you can see Brian has 2 sheets that have been submitted that need to be improved. I have the ability to select both of them and simply hit approve from here. Or I can come through and I can open this specific timesheet to find out what happened. What are the details before I approve? So you'll notice here I can look through and I can see the time category of development, maintenance, and support. He has some PTO time, he has some holiday time, and I'll go ahead and say approve or reject. At this point, I want to go ahead and approve his timesheet. And that's all JD has to do. Alternatively for JD, and this is something that we had shown prior, if I were to remove everything after the .com and I were to show ESS, you'll notice that JD has this time approvals. So anytime JD has a time approval waiting for him when he signs into ServiceStation for the day, he is going to have this notification showing here, so that counter. And when you click on it, you'll notice he has that one time sheet that I did not approve. I approved one of them, but one of them was still in submit mode. So I can click here, and alternatively, he can approve from here. You can click on time card, see the same detailed list, and then you can approve or reject from this section. And that should be the basis for the approver and for time entry.